Hello, everyone, and welcome to this installment of Hanging Out with Red Hat Storage. I'm Colleen Carice, your host. Today, I'd like to welcome to our program two of our colleagues on the community side, Amye Scavarda, the Gluster Community Lead, and Vijay Bellur, the Gluster Project Lead. Welcome to you both, Amye and Vijay.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Vijay, I'd kind of like to start with you. For people who aren't that familiar with the community side of the house, so you're the project lead of an open source community. What exactly does that mean?
An interesting question to start with. So I have this mental model that a community is like an organization. So being the project lead of an open source community is like heading that organization. So within an organization, as the head, you cater to the needs of various stakeholders. Similarly, in the community, you have various stakeholders like developers, users, partners, other community projects, and often curious onlookers also who are interested in understanding what your project is all about. So you cater to the needs of all these stakeholders. In an organization, as the head, you set the vision and help with the execution of that vision. Similarly, in an open source community, you set the vision for the community, you set the technical vision for the community and help the community accomplish the technical goals through execution. So in an organization, you market your products so that people understand what it is all about in various industry conferences and seminars. Likewise, in the community, you evangelize your project and your work in meetups, technical conferences, and other relevant forums. So while not doing all of this, you also write code and solve interesting problems to keep your interest in software development going. Overall, it's a fun role.
It sounds fun and interesting and exciting, actually. So Vijay just told us a little bit about the open source community as an entity. Amye, how does the open source software development process differ from the proprietary way of building software?
Well, it's open. Proprietary software means that it's everybody working within a closed door. As Vijay mentioned, the way that we kind of get new people involved is by evangelizing and going out and telling people what it is that we're doing, inviting them to be able to participate, and really making sure that their contributions are something that they can include as part of our work.
Excellent. And as I understand, the Gluster community is a really vibrant, active community. So Vijay, what exactly is developed by that open source Gluster community?
Gluster community produces a scale-out software-defined storage technology. I kind of like to say that the community is involved in the process of democratizing and redefining storage. Storage traditionally has been provided by proprietary hardware vendors in the form of an appliance. So you have integrated hardware and software. With Gluster, you break that tight coupling and have software, storage software that can run on any commodity hardware. This changes the scale of economics for storage. Not only have we changed the economics of storage, but we also have enabled developers to participate in the process of storage software development sitting right in their homes. So you don't need to be in an XYZ proprietary firm to be participating or to be developing storage software. In addition, there's a recent survey which says that 90% of all the data that we have today is or has been produced in the last 18 to 24 months. So that's huge. Given this exponential growth in data, it is impossible to go with traditional storage models for any organization. I'm proud to say that the Gluster community, along with other open software-defined storage communities, are addressing this growing need to store lots of data that enterprises are generating.
That's interesting. You kind of touched on something I'd like to expand on a little bit more. From an enterprise perspective, from our customer perspective, what kind of problems does the Gluster technology solve, Vijay?
Oh, we do solve a lot of problems that are relevant today. The chief of which is storing large quantities of unstructured data. Amy and me know that we have tons of organizations using the software that we produce. So this is being used for storing unstructured data like videos, pictures, archival data, log files, virtual machine images, and the likes of that. Gluster is also being increasingly used in the world of containers, where the world seems to be moving to. Gluster also has features that one would associate with traditional network-attached storage devices. So a lot of enterprises use Gluster as a replacement for their legacy NAS filers. Gluster also has been embedded in products that various enterprises produce and evolve. Gluster is used extensively in large web-scale companies. Facebook does come readily to mind because we do interact with a.
Absolutely.
Well, obviously, that's very compelling, all of that, and you've certainly probably piqued the interest of a lot of our listeners. So, Amy, for people who want to contribute to or learn more about the Gluster community, where can they go?
So gluster.org is our main site. That's where you'll find all of the pieces that we've got together as far as like documentation, as far as what's going on currently. Our roadmaps for our new development are coming out. We've got 4.0 that's currently in planning, and we've just celebrated a decade of active software development. So we're pretty excited.
Yes, we are.
It certainly sounds exciting. Well, thank you both, Amy and Vijay, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Thank you. And thank you to all of you who've joined in today to watch this latest installment. So again, thank you for hanging out with Red Hat Storage.